Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday the 30th and Friday the 31st of May 2019. As usual for Fridays, we don't typically do a market preview as most of the week has played out. This Friday is end of month, so typically you would imagine that not much will happen on Friday. But given the fact that we did sell off pretty good on Wednesday and we've broken some key support, as we'll discuss in a moment, if Thursday gets ugly, Friday might continue it. So we'll see if we do a market preview tomorrow night or not. If not, this will serve for the rest of the week. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. And as you can see, we've cracked that red static trend line, broken the head and shoulders of the inverse cup formation, cup and handle. And this is what we were warning about. This does not look good in the markets right now. A lot of talk about the yield curve being in the worst scenario it's been since the 2007 crash, and so there's some concerns out there. Here's a look at the crude oil. Closed at 59.17. It's up 36 cents. Gold down $1.60. Not a big deal there. So the S&P cash lost 19.37 on the session. If we trade under today's low on Thursday, that will break that risk line and make it a dashed line. NASDAQ 100 down 61.52. The SOX up 5.27. The biotech's down 33.24. This is approaching the lows of the year here. Russell 2000 down 14. Not looking good either. The VIX gains 40 cents to 17.90. It was higher earlier in the day. The trend closes at 1.06. That puts the 10-day moving average at 1.14. So no signal there. NASDAQ volume 2.2 billion shares. 2.3 almost as good as the prior day. So we're getting good volume on these sell-offs. And this was, we gapped down. We tried to move both ways, but ultimately closed around where we opened, a little bit lower. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was pretty negative, negative 1,092, although it was worse earlier in the day. New York was negative 926. Google loses $19.62. Apple down 85 cents. Netflix down $5.59, still inside this range. Amazon down $17.24. Tesla up $1.16. Facebook down $2.12. Goldman Sachs down 54 cents. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 30 cents after a gap up. New closing high there on the bonds. The Dow down 220 points, also breaking a static trend line. Okay, let's look at the intraday action. So 5-minute candles on the ES. So we gapped down a little, pretty flat for the first 40 minutes. Tried to break out the highs. Failed pretty quickly. Actually, the high of the day was literally the lower break level. So we came at it from underneath. That was the high there to the tick. Rolled over, went lower. Then lunchtime started. We crawled back up. Then we tried to dip one more time, but couldn't crack the lows, and came back to almost where we started the day. NASDAQ side, same story. Closed just a little bit lower than where it opened. Notice that 13 signal early in the day led to the bounce, just like on the ES of the 13. So, pretty much technical, but not a lot of action. Not nearly as interesting as the last couple of days. So it is what it is. Let's take a look at the economic calendar in terms of what's left for the week. There's a few things. The second look at GDP comes out Thursday morning at 8:30, along with the goods trade balance, the wholesale inventories number, that's the preliminary one, and then the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers. At 10 o'clock, we've got pending home sales, 10:30 natty gas, 11 o'clock crude oil inventories, and then on Friday, core PCE price index at 8:30, personal income and spending at 8:30. At 9:45, Chicago PMI. At 10, revised University of Michigan sentiment. And that'll wrap the week. Remember, again, statements print for the month of May on Friday. It's not a quarter end. That'll be next month. But it does tend to slow the market down. And it's a Friday. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and